Hey guys, Rami here, and in this video I'll answer so many of the questions I received about the $600 stimulus checks. We'll go over when you can expect to receive your money if you haven't already, which tax returns they're looking at, what's going on with the direct deposit, EIP debit cards and paper checks, Social Security, SSI and SSDI, your direct express cards, child support, what to do if you don't receive your checks by January 15th, which is the self-imposed deadline the IRS has to send all the money out by, and much more. This is a video you want to watch in its entirety to get all the important information. So let's get started as soon as you hit the like button on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's start with the tricky part of eligibility. You may think that if you received the first stimulus check, you'll automatically receive the second stimulus check. That is partly true, but it depends on how much you make. If you're single and make $75,000 or less, or married and file jointly and make $150,000 or less, you should receive the full $600 stimulus check. But as you know, this phases out as you make more than those amounts. The checks lose $5 for every $100 you make above the $75,000 and the $150,000. But since now we're starting with $600 instead of the $1,200 from the first stimulus check, this means that the phase out will happen quicker. So the maximum amount you can make to receive a stimulus check is lower this time. So keep that in mind if you're waiting for your second stimulus check. Speaking of waiting, many people already received their money on December 29th, or at least the transaction was pending in their bank account and should probably clear today. The Treasury said that the payments will continue to flow this week. That includes more direct deposits, more paper checks getting mailed, and more economic impact payment debit cards. So if you received your money through direct deposit last time for the first stimulus check and didn't change your account information or anything like that, you should expect your $600 to come through the same account. If you received a paper check last time, you should expect a paper check this time as well. But if you got a debit card, first of all, the IRS says that the card you received last time is not going to be reloaded. Instead, they'll mail a new one. The confusing part, however, is the IRS says that some people who received a debit card last time may receive a paper check this time, and vice versa. Not sure what the criteria is here, but just keep that in mind. So if you see a white envelope in the mail with the Treasury seal on it, make sure you open it to check what's inside and don't just toss it away. Another important factor here is your 2019 tax return. The last stimulus check, they looked at either your 2019 tax return, and if you had not filed it yet, they looked at your 2018 tax return. This time, they're only looking at your 2019 tax return because you should have filed it by now. There's actually a penalty if you didn't. But if you're in a situation where you filed a 2018 tax return and you didn't have to file a 2019 tax return because you don't have to for income levels or whatever other reason, then you'll have to file a 2020 tax return in order to claim your stimulus check. Remember, the $600 stimulus check and the $1,200 stimulus check are both 2020 tax rebates. So I know many of you didn't get the full value you were expecting from the first stimulus check, or maybe you're missing a dependent payment. All that can be corrected when you file your 2020 taxes this year. And speaking of dependents, if you had a child in 2020, first of all, congrats. Second of all, when you file your 2020 tax return and add that child as a dependent, you will get the $500 per dependent from the first stimulus check and the $600 per dependent for the second stimulus check as well. So keep that in mind when you're filing your taxes this year. Obviously, I'm not a tax professional, and all the information I give here on this channel is for entertainment purposes only, and you should always talk to your accountant or tax professional when it comes to your taxes and finances in general. Now, which bank account are they going to send the stimulus check to? They'll send it to the bank account you provided on your 2019 tax return, or you entered in the non-filer tool before December 22nd, 2020. So that includes information you entered to get your first stimulus check, or bank information provided by a federal agency like the Social Security Administration, Veteran Affairs, or Railroad Retirement Board. This payment information cannot be changed now. So if you don't get a payment and you are eligible to receive one, you'll be able to claim it on your 2020 tax return. And speaking of Social Security, if you have a direct express card and check the Get My Payment tool and don't recognize the last 4 digits of the bank account information they list on there, do not worry. The IRS says if your benefits are currently deposited to a direct express card, your stimulus check will also be deposited to that same card. The bank information shown in Get My Payment website will be a number associated with your direct express card and may be a number you do not recognize. Also, when you check the Get My Payment tool, you'll either get a status that shows a payment has been processed, or a payment date is available, or a payment will be issued either by direct deposit or by mail. You may also see that payment status is not available. If you receive this message, you're either not eligible or you're eligible but they weren't able to send you a payment due to bank account issues or address issues or some other issue, in which case you'll have to claim your stimulus check on your 2020 tax return when you file it later this year. A quick note for people who owe child support: the $600 will not be garnished for any federal, state, or bank debt, and also will not be garnished for child support. That's different from the first stimulus check. What's also different for this one is mixed families. If you're a family where one member doesn't have a social security number and has an ITIN instead, only the member with the ITIN number will not receive a stimulus check, but the spouse and children with social security numbers are now eligible to receive the money. With that, I hope I answered all your questions in this video about the $600 stimulus check. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. And remember, you can always call the IRS at 1-800-919-9835 to ask about your specific situation. And if you don't receive your check by the 15th and you know you're eligible, make sure to file your 2020 tax return to claim your check. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos and new content for you. Also, make sure to check the link in the description for the Yara savings account. It's a new savings account that is FDIC insured but gives you interest with a lottery system. If you use the link below, you'll get 100 tickets when you deposit as little as $25 for a chance to win up to $10 million. Then you'll get a weekly ticket for every $25 that you deposit. I think this is the future of banking, as it encourages savings to earn more chances at winning a large prize. Also, don't forget to get your free stocks from Webull, potentially worth up to $1,600 when you deposit only $100, which is just like cash. You can take it out anytime you feel like it. All the links are in the description below. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.